Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the 30 and Lost podcast. Yes, last week I wasn't sure this was going to be a podcast, even though it was my original idea to make this a podcast. But yeah, it's finally a podcast. I got to shout out my boy, Jorge. And congratulations on it, on your little girl, essentially. That's awesome. Happy for you guys. But he told me to use Anchor, I think it was, and to post my stuff. And yeah, Anchor. So yeah, you're trying to figure out how to do it, especially unemployed, so you don't want to waste money. And that was a great suggestion. So it's almost up everywhere. So that's pretty awesome. Anyways. Let's talk about something that really sucks balls, and it's called depression. It's one of the most fucking annoying things in the universe. Okay, and I don't think I ever really went through depression until 2009. I think it was. We were living with my wife now, but she was my girlfriend then. Her parents, because we were trying to save money to buy a house. I was recently unemployed. Wow, surprise! That was a really stupid thing. I got caught stealing at a Blockbuster video, like an idiot. I'm actually happy I got caught because it could have been a lot worse if I got caught later, because I was being very ingenious. Well, might as well tell you. I've already told you that. Let me tell you a little story on how I got fired from Blockbuster. So I realized while working there that older accounts were still active. I just started putting numbers. I'm like, oh, I wonder what the first account we made here was. And I put in the number, and sure enough, it worked. I can't remember the number. I don't know if it was 0001 or whatever. But the thing is, it worked. So then I'm like, could I put this movie in this account and then, like, little by little take money off, So I wasn't really thinking about it right now. I'm like, if I put in the account, is it going to take it out of the system so it's not in the inventory? You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't look like it's gone. Oh my god. So yeah, I started just stealing movies. And I guess the problem was I wasn't the only one. Pretty much everybody else there was as well. Okay? Not, again, the theme of this podcast, everything, only one person to blame is me. Just making sure you guys understand that. I'm not passing blame to anybody. But the problem is that we had a person that was leaving. And this was, I don't even know how long I spent there. It was definitely a few months after I got hired. Could have been a year. Can't freaking remember. But this person was leaving. I had stole quite a few movies and games. I mean, I was legit a fucking klepto. Right? Is a klepto what you call them? I was a delinquent. Good lord. I was living up to my Latino heritage. And so I stole a bunch of movies, my DVD collection at that time was amazing. And then, I lived with my girlfriend, and she kind of suspected something, but she never said anything. Anyway, this guy is leaving to go somewhere else, another state or something like that. And he decides to steal some movies before he leaves, but putting a credit of $300 while he's doing it. You know what I'm saying? So he stole about $300 worth of shit, credited it to himself at the same time. So instead of being smart like P2, just little by little, put it in a different account, crediting little by little. No, this dumbass went bam, $300. Excuse me. So of course, red flags were they were everywhere. And sure enough, a few days later, I come in. Hey, Jose, come over here, bro. let's go in the back real quick. Listen, and it was my manager, this white gay dude that was just, he's one of them old guys, at least back then. He looked old. I was in my 20s, so everything looked old to me if it was over 30. But he was like in shape, and somebody from corporate. So this guy, I forgot everybody's name. And he's looking at me, and he's like, the corporate guy's looking at me like, hey, we know you've been stealing movies. We saw it on the video. Now, at this point, I'm waiting to see if they know exactly how much I've stole. I'm nervous as fuck. Of course, I'm young. I'm like, I don't know, 22 or something. Stupid, Beautiful age to be stupid. And they have no clue how much I've stolen. So they're like, oh, you gotta bring everything back and pay us $500, or we're gonna call the police. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm broke as fuck. I'm 22. I worked at Panera. Funny enough, there was a Panera across the street, literally across the street. So I was working both jobs. Not that, see, Peter was a hard worker. I was going to school full time, and I had 2 jobs. So it's just, of course, you had to sprinkle a little dumbass in there, and you get me. So this guy was telling me that I needed to do all that. So I'm like, I'm flipping out. Because I don't have $500. I don't want to go to jail. Holy shit. What the fuck? I go home. I call my parents. Mom, dad, literally just threw that bomb. I'm like, I'm gonna go to jail. I need $500 right now. I need $500 right now. Come on, I'm gonna go to jail. I wouldn't be surprised. I think my dad said, okay, well, enjoy jail. My dad is he wasn't at the time, but he ended up retiring as a full bird colonel in the army. So that's the person I was dealing with. But my mom, of course, they send me the money. I go home and I start grabbing I don't even know what I used. A backpack, a duffel bag. I might have been a duffel bag because I had one of my dad's duffel bags, green military duffel bag. Just shoving shit in there. My wife tells me, because I called my wife. She was so fucking pissed, rightfully so. And she tells me, do not give them, what was it? Sex in the City. Sex in the City. So, because I had gotten the entire DVD collection of Sex in the City, okay? And so, sure enough, I'm packing. Not everything fits in there. Of course, I left some of my favorite movies, which, by the way, I still own here. I don't have that many DVDs, but I still have a few of them. And I went down. I had another guy that worked there. His girlfriend drove me, and she drove me back over there. And so I don't even know how I got that $500. I don't know if I went and got a check, cashier's check, or something. But I ended up getting that $500 and the stuff. So I bring it back, I give it to them, and that was it. And again, I knew that they had no idea what I had stolen, how I did it, and whatever. The only thing they had on me was my dumbass putting, and again, I'm happy they caught me, because God knows I would have been a fucking full-blown Carlitos Way criminal up in this bitch if I wasn't caught. Because you get cocky, hey motherfucker, I got this. So I'm glad I was caught. They saw me put in movies. I think it was Last Samurai. Bam, into my backpack after unlocking it and whatever. And oh my God, dude, I was such a delinquent, dude. And so I figured out also that if there was coupons back in the day. I think it was $19.20 for 2 movies. But we had a coupon that you would get the movies for free. Like, 2 movies free. Blah. So I had that coupon, that SKU on my wherever, the cashier's thing. It was always there. Man, this guy, bro. I would get the cash. A lot of people back then would pay in cash and would pay in exact cash, which was crazy. Beep. Pocket the money. I'm glad my delinquency career started and ended at Blockbuster, because I would probably not be here right now. But I gotta mute this. But yeah, so that happened. I returned that. Of course, I got fired, and I didn't have a job. By this time, I was doing YouTube, and it was going all right. Money wise, I don't think it was that crazy. Nothing crazy. Probably $200-$300, but it was fun. I was working with Sideshow Collectibles, especially in 2008. And for 2 or 3 years, they flew me to San Diego to film San Diego Comic-Con with them, just do some videos, which is fucking awesome. And at that time, I was questioning what I wanted to do, That's when I started thinking to myself, do you want to stay in school? Do you really want to do this VFX shit? What do you want to do? And I had no plan. Again, as I mentioned last week, no plan whatsoever. So we ended up leaving our apartment because our relationship's trying to escalate, I don't know how my wife didn't leave me. This fucking idiot. But, everything was fine, and we went to live with her parents. Ooh. And that's where the whole depression topic comes into play. Because I don't think I've ever been depressed until I was at that place. So her parents' house, her mom bought it. It was a fixer-upper. It's in a 55 and over community. And, we all helped. Her mom worked. She's a nurse. They're from Ohio. They're white people from Ohio, and at first, I think everybody in her family was apprehensive to the point where, not her parents, but somebody in her family in Ohio asked if I was with her to get a green card. So, not saying that they're racist or anything, just, like, man, that's that Rican, whatever. So we had been together already for 4 years now at that time. So we are at her mom's house, and the house needs work, and I didn't have a job, and I decided not to get a job, which, let me stop myself right here. I think that was probably one of the worst decisions I ever made, because not because I decided not to have a job, because I really didn't have a plan. Again, this is going to be my theme throughout this whole podcast. In the Batman Begins part of this podcast, that's going to be the theme. P2 not having a goal, a plan. Oh yeah, I want to do YouTube. Okay, but what was the plan, P2? And oh God, I get so fucking pissed at myself, man, because I had time. I had so much time, and I wasted all that fucking time. I didn't have a job. For almost 4 years, it was, and then, and a lot of that time, I think 2 years was spent trying to look for a job. It was pathetic. It was a pathetic performance in my part. But once the house, everything, we were living there, whatever, her mom is crazy. So my mom is crazy in her own way. I mean, she got abused by my grandma. My grandma's fucking insane. So my mom is crazy, and just not to give not to just sound like it's only her parents, because my parents are crazy. I think everybody's parents are crazy, some a little bit more than others, but I wasn't living with my parents, thank God. I love my parents, love you, mommy and papi, but that ship sailed. But here I am as a 20 whatever year old with my girlfriend, living with her parents, trying to save money. And I'm air quoting here for those on the podcast, because we really did a piss poor job at saving money. We weren't paying rent. I think we were helping with the utilities and shopping, of course, because we eat. But other than that, yeah. And I think we both did a piss poor job. I mean, yeah, it just pisses me off. And money is another conversation, because again, we really weren't taught how to deal with money, and it shit's annoying me. So that's one of the things I'm trying to fix personally here, so then I can filter that to my kid, so he's not a fucking idiot like me, like my wife, like my wife's parents, like my parents, like, the best person we had that knew how to deal with money was my wife's grandfather, and he passed away. I think it was last year. So, but he was really smart with money. I mean, he was a World War One veteran. Blah blah blah. All this crap. Amazing dude. Helped us a lot. Rest in peace, Will. But yeah, it was. It's one of those things that we sucked. So here I am in this house. So we're in a bedroom, and her mom is full blown insane. So her mom is OCD, she likes her house perfect, like fucking perfect. Okay, so if there is, and I'm being serious, this is not hyperbole, this is not me being exaggerated, this is just how her mom, I'm gonna say she has gotten better. We ended up going to therapy, I think it was last year. Or she was going to therapy with my wife, and then I was like told to, you should go because a lot of the problem. I went. It was great. That's for another time. Maybe at the end of this podcast, who knows? But back then, dude, holy shit! If there was a fucking crumb, and I'm talking about like the most tiniest crumb, it could have been anything. And by the way, they had 2 Shih Tzus. And those motherfuckers would leave crumbs fucking everywhere. It didn't matter. It was your boy's fault. So I took a berate. It was tough. A barrage, I would say. I think I was berated. A barrage, I think, whatever. Trying to get my words correct. With just pure negativity, borderline hatred. It was toxic. That's the word. It was toxic. My God, was it toxic. So, of course, I told you guys that one of my weaknesses is allowing what's happening at, my jobs to eat me up, stupid decision and all this crap. So you can imagine me going through that shit, and wow, like I was depressed because, again, I didn't have a job. And this is when I started looking for a job, was when it got bad, because of course I didn't have a job, I think the first few months, because I thought, you too, motherfucker, blah blah blah, but with no fucking clear path to anywhere, you're not gonna get anywhere, bro. And yeah, so then I started looking for a job, and get the rejections, you don't get callbacks, blah blah blah. It was a dark time. Like, it almost ended up destroying my relationship with my girlfriend back then, my wife now. And I mean, which is a testament to us dealing through shit and being able to, persevere. I think that's the word. Because, wow. And I think we learned a lot about communicating then, of course, it was trash. Because then my wife came from that environment. Gotta understand. So her whole life, she was essentially in like that. Her parents talk to themselves. Like, just, it's insane. Like, I told you that my mom's crazy, right, in her way, and my dad not so much. Now he is, because he has PTSD from Afghanistan or in Iraq, so that sucks. But before that, it was alright. He very mellow dude. Mommy would scream for whatever, blah blah blah. It is what it is. But like, her parents, like, hey, fucker, what the fuck over here? This needs to be done. Oh, you're fucking stupid, blah, blah. Like, that kind of barrage, whatever. It was, woo. So she came from that. So being back in that environment essentially brought her back to being that way. Oh my God. So I was getting it from essentially 3 places. Her dad, her mom, and her. And then you get depressed, right? And then you think you're a piece of shit. I never went to the suicide route, for, I don't know, whatever reason. I mean, suicide is very serious, especially when you're feeling the way I'm describing. Like, you would think, holy shit, you just want to fucking pull the trigger and whatever. But thankfully, for whatever the reason was, my brain never went there. So, but man, like, I would put just indie music or some of my scores and just curl up essentially in the fetal position and just cry from time to time because it was just like I felt like the biggest piece of shit. I got fired. I lost my last job. I lost one of my jobs for being fucking stupid. Here I am. We're trying to save money. I'm not making any money. Fantastic. And then you're trying to look for a job. You can't get it. And on top of that, excuse me, you're being told that you're a piece of shit by your, the mom of your girlfriend, your girlfriend's mom. And, her dad, her dad didn't have a job either. So again, Jesus, we were just, I felt like trash, and in some ways I was trash. What are you doing, bro? Self-inflicted. You got fired. You decided not to work for a certain amount of time. Now you're trying to look for a job. You decided to quit school and, all this crap. Like, fantastic decisions made by your boy here back in 2008, 2009. So I ended up getting a job with Quicksilver, which I met a lot of great people, including my boy Jorge, who I shouted out at the beginning of the podcast. That was a really cool experience. I used that job a lot as an escape because, again, I was depressed. I didn't want to go back to that fucking shithole because I just didn't want to deal with that crap, all that negativity. And here I am. I forgot how much money I was making. Nothing. Here making nothing. Working retail. But, at least I was making something. And I had something to do. So, but alas, I still did not have a path as to anything. Literally anything. So, not that I was out of my depressed state, but it fucking sucked ass. Because I was just thinking, man, what are you gonna do? Like, you're gonna stay here forever, or are you gonna move on? Like, what's your plan? And I'm trying to figure out, and I think that hopefully this format helps me understand why I never really got a plan. But even right now, I'm trying to think as to why the fuck didn't you just... Maybe I was afraid. Maybe because of that fear, I never really gave 100% to anything I did. And that's why I'm where I am. But anyway, it was a very dark time, dude. And try to stay positive. I did a lot of running. I went outside and I ran. I needed to be outside. Nature, it helped me. I'm sure everybody gets their thing. But I really suggest, if you are depressed in whatever way, going outside, feeling the sun, smelling just air, just see nature. That, oh my god, that it really helped me, man. And just, you don't have to run like me, like I said, I think I mentioned it back in the last episode that I was a runner and I really enjoyed running. But if I didn't, I love running. No, that's right, I did. I came from running. I gotta go running today. But it really helped me, and I ran. Oh my god, I was running almost every day. I was running at work. I would be done with my shift at work and go to the warehouse because back then, Quicksilver. This is Quicksilver in Sawgrass. So if you're from Florida or you've ever come to Florida, you probably know what the Sawgrass Mall is. It's a huge mall. A lot of people from everywhere in the world come and go to that mall to buy cheap shit to either sell it back home or just to have it, whatever. So Quicksilver store there, they had a warehouse just down the road because we had so much crap, because we would get buyers from Brazil who would buy like $20,000 worth of crap, and we needed to make sure we had that supply, even though we're not supposed to do that. I don't even know what the rules were. It don't matter. But like, I would just go to the warehouse, park the car, or if I was at the warehouse, just get me my whatever. Just run. Just fucking run. Put some music on with the tiny Sony MP3 player that I had back then and run. Forget everything. breathe, just concentrate on breathing. That's all I did. And it really, really helped me. It really helped me. And I really thought that my wife and I were going to be done, like it was just never going to happen, because it was really tough getting through her, man. Tough. But somehow we managed. And we sat down, we talked, and changes started happening, which is fantastic. That's why I'm here now with, in our house with her as my wife for the last 7 years, and with my my little man, little Maximus. But yeah. So that was my first experience with depression, right? So now I know what depression feels like. And this last few months, even when I had my job with my friend's company, I felt the same way. And I still feel the same way, You feel like a loser, straight up loser, You want to do more for your family, but then you're self-sabotaging yourself, and it makes no sense to me. Like, you think about it rationally, and it makes no sense. But then when you're doing this shit, you don't I guess I don't have the power to be like, yo, wake the fuck up, what are you doing? And that's something I would like to have. Hopefully I can get it, but goddamn, because it's too late when I start thinking about that shit. And yeah, it makes no difference now. It's like, hello. Maybe I'm learning a little bit. I hope so. But so this, when my tenure with PPG ended in June, I'm like, I had some of the best. I think I had 2 months with my kid, because I was keeping the kid so we could save money. And I think oh my God, I can't even say it. Probably the best 2 months I've had were those 2 months. And at the same time, I was feeling like shit, because you don't have a fucking job. I was on unemployment, so I had a little bit of unemployment money coming in, so it wasn't too dire, the situation. And just hanging out with my kid 24/7. It's essentially, it was me here. I was a stay-at-home dad. There you go. It was fucking awesome. We were just playing. We were playing all the time. So that was it was a very positive thing during a pile of shit that is still going on till today. Because, like I said, even when I had my friend's job, that was such a toxic place, just because of how just insane everything's been run there, that it was just eating at me. I'm trying to change. I'm trying to help these people, and they don't listen. So now I'm thinking about, this is my train of thought when it came to that job, right? I'm trying to do all this, and then nothing changes or whatever, and then I'm like, who put yourself in this situation? I did. So here you are again in a stupid situation at a workplace, and you only have one person to blame, and that's you. Like, why do you keep doing the same thing over and over again? Like, fucking snap out of this goddamn circle, or whatever you want to call it. It's just, you need to snap out. You need to be done. And this is what I was thinking while I was there. I think I've spent there for 4 months. And my goodness, like, I started looking for a job while I was working there. I never stopped looking for a job while I was there. But you can imagine, I ended up getting fired from that place, and I still didn't have a job. So it hasn't been easy. I'm still looking for a job. I got an interview next week for a company that essentially places doctors with hospitals or whatever. So it's a job that makes money. The only difference is this time, at least I personally feel like I have a path now, with me wanting to do the whole video thing and giving it a try while I'm giving it 100%. Okay, that's the biggest difference. And I'm hoping. I have to execute. There's no question. It's all on me. So one of the reasons I'm doing this damn podcast is to hold myself accountable. As weird as that sounds. Again, you don't have to make a podcast to hold yourself accountable, but I'm doing it. It works for me apparently, or I don't know if it works for me, but I hope it does. I hope it does. And I sat down and listened to my first podcast, and it just will start turning. I start listening to myself talk about the shit that I did and why I hated it, and that I'm trying to do better, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, now I'm understanding little by little. So I'm hoping that I fucking learn. I think that's the main thing. I hope I fucking learn. Like, it's enough, bro. You're in your 30s. Like, wake the fuck up, or stop complaining and stop fucking bullshitting around, because it's what it is, to be honest. You get a job, you lose it because it's your fault. Okay, what's the plan? I need to stop that. So right now, I got that interview. I think I have another interview set up, very similar. I think Humana or whatever. It's weird. I don't know why the medical places are looking for the P2, but they are. And once I get those jobs, if I get a job, I'll be getting a job. Let me make that very clear. I'll be getting a job, and hopefully soon. I don't know how soon, but hopefully soon. It's not gonna interfere with what I'm doing, and with my goal now. My goal. So I think I need to write this down. But like I told you guys, I want to get paid to entertain. That's like my main life goal. When it comes to my professional goal at this very moment, I really want to start doing, or just get more serious about making videos for small businesses. And then from there, just keep filming. I enjoy filming a lot. And I'd rather do that than fucking sit down on a goddamn phone, try to, I guess, oh yeah, Dr. Philip, needs some work, and you have to work for this motherfucker. Okay, great, perfect. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to do. So I feel a little depressed, if you will. I hesitate to call it depressed because I know what depression feels like, and it's not to that level, but I guess you can still call it depressed. I still feel like shit from time to time, especially when money talks. We have money talks, right? My wife preoccupied, understandably fucking so, because this dumbass over here doesn't have a fucking job. So you start feeling again like utter shit, and you start little things, man. It's just fucking little things. I want to get personally Max to start Spanish classes at his school. It's like $55 a month. It's $55 a month, but this motherfucker can't afford $55 a month. So I am holding my kid back because of my fucking stupidity, my shit, my flaws, whatever. I don't even know what the word I want to come up with is, but you get my drift, right? And it fucking sucks, man. It makes me feel like utter shit. I want to take my wife to travel, not fucking every day, not Instagram. No, I like once a year. Just take a nice fucking vacation. Doesn't have to be the fucking around the world. Could be in the goddamn state, but go on a fucking nice vacation. We haven't done that in forever, because I'm always in a stupid situation, or we both. And again, when I say both, I mean money management hasn't been the best. So I was telling her that the other day, like, we don't work for these vacations. We're always talking about these vacations, but we don't work for these vacations. Right? We don't put money aside. We don't do any of this shit, man. We don't do any of this shit, and we need to get better at that. Cause I had a good job for the last almost 4 years. Where's the savings at? That's what I'm talking about. Again, we suck at money management. So another thing that needs to improve ASAP, not just because of me but because I want to make sure that my kid learns good money etiquette while he's growing up. Because that's when you sink it. Like, again, motherfucker knows Spanish and English right now. I didn't sit down and teach this bitch that. He just learned it because it's what I do. It's, I talk to him in Spanish. And in that, see, I love fucking speaking out loud. One of the things I want to do is prove to him that if he wants to do something, that he can attain it by putting in the work. I want him to visually see that and leave it in me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this whole, I have a goal. Great, you want to get paid to entertain. What the fuck does that mean? How are you going to get there? I want him to see the hustle. I want him to see all the work that I'll be putting into making that happen. And hopefully making it happen. I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, it's going to happen. But I want him to see that hard work that I put into something that I really wanted to do. Fail or succeed. No matter what happens. I really want him to see that grind so he understands. I'm positive enough to think that I do have what it takes to get paid to entertain. I don't want to sound too cocky either, but I just love it. Everybody tells me that I have a good personality, that I'm funny, all this crap, and I want to put that to the test. Am I really funny? Like, everybody tells me I'm funny everywhere I go. It doesn't matter. Every party I've ever been to, every job I've ever had, people that have met me just for a few. Everybody, it's the same shit. Now, is that true? Okay. The only real validation that I got that I wasn't full of myself or just, no ego or anything like that was when I was, I went, was it 4 years ago to California to film a pilot for a reality TV show. This company called Painless TV. And show never happened, obviously. It was close, man. It was close. I think it was for AMC or some shit. I know there was some changes in higher ups of the people that were involved, and whoever came in new did not want any show that was not signed already. So, apart from other things, because the main guy of the show, if you will, just had a bunch of fucking legal problems, apparently. Anyway, it was a great experience. But I'll tell you about the experience in a second, since I brought it up. Let me tell you why I'm telling you about this. Ross, he is the vice president of the production company. And the last day of shooting, it was like 1 a.m. We were back at the hotel, and we were drinking, like, the main cast and Jim, who is the owner of the company, and then Ross. And I think the DP was there, whatever. We were just having a drink, and Ross pulls me aside and tells me, see if I remember correctly. I mean, it made my fucking year when he said this. He's like, Pito, I've worked, I've been in the industry since the 90s, since like 93. And I've worked with a lot of people, but I've never seen anybody like you. And then, you got something. So here I am shooting a pilot, which I thought was going to be made. You imagine, for fucking TV. And I got this professional dude who is the VP of this company, who has been in the fucking, what do you call it, in the industry forever, telling me that he sees something in me that he hasn't seen with all the people he's worked with. I mean, this is a company that makes shows for AMC, the Travel Channel, TLC, all this shit. So they've worked with a lot of people. And that, to me, I wish I would have done more with that pumpness. When somebody gives you something positive and you're like, fuck yeah. I wish I would have taken that and just been like, you know what? Fuck yes. I'm going full blown on this motherfucker. Whatever it was. But then again, I didn't have a goddamn plan, man. And so that was funny enough, that was during my, like, it was after I moved away from her mom's house, But then again, I was unemployed at that time. Do you see the fucking wheel? I mean, I was getting a lot of jobs that were contract based, so it wasn't necessarily that I was losing my job or whatever. It was just contract based work. Fucking pain in the ass. But at least I was working. At that time, I was unemployed. I didn't have a job. I think I was working for as a third party for HP. Contract ran over and it's a wrap. And I was there and I'm filming this fucking TV show, which was, like, let me tell you something. It was fucking awesome. It was long fucking days. It was 4 days of shooting. And if anybody knows anything about TV or just shooting shit, like, if you're not needed, you're gonna be there until you get, you're needed, right? And I wasn't getting paid, by the way, just in case. It was a pilot. We didn't get paid. We was just there. And but I enjoyed filming. So seeing everything happen in front of me was fucking glorious. It was so fucking awesome. It was a show it was like a Shark Tank, but instead of the people coming to us, we would go to their houses, right? And then this dude, his name's Dave. He actually owns a company, I don't know what the fuck he's doing now, but he owned a company where he would license products, just shitty products you see at fucking 7-Eleven or whatever, but he was making good money. He knew Jim, and they got, they knew each other, and the guy belongs on TV. This motherfucker belongs on TV. This Dave dude, he's a character. Excuse me. And it was awesome. I fed off of him. It was fantastic. I met I think everybody was from Sarasota, which is funny enough. Everybody was from freaking Florida. Like, I was from down here. They found me via my YouTube channel. Oh, I think I saw the application. It was fucking crazy. Like, at first I'm like, yeah, right. And sure enough, it ended up happening. And I had a blast. We did a few. I think my invention. I found somebody that. I say found because obviously you don't find anybody. They're already casted. But it was these two guys who invented a spray that would take sand away from your body. When you go to the beach, instead of using water, you use this spray. So that was kind of cool. Or Dave already knew he wasn't gonna do anything with them. So, but you sit there. It's a TV show, so you sit there. They're giving their spiel, and then Dave says something, and then I said something to the guys too. I was very professional too, because by then I have worked a lot of those vendor territory manager jobs, so I knew a little bit of what the fuck I was talking about. And we had fun, man. And I think Dave called me Pito one time because we were using Pito as the name. I think everybody loved Pito. I'm like, oh, I'm down, fucking shit. I don't, fucking Pitos, what's up? So he said Pito a few times, and I'm like, yo, Dave, that means penis, right, in Spanish? And somehow, the magic of editing, they grabbed it and made it like it was this whole fucking thing, dude. And the last day of shooting, we were doing the talking heads. They sit you in the chair. They ask you questions about what's happening. They got that episode of, oh, yeah, he threw it. And one of the things was about the whole Pito thing. And again, I'm telling you, the experience was fucking awesome. I had everybody laughing, but the thing is, they're inside the recording booth with me, so they can't just laugh out loud. So everybody's just going, I know you can't see it if you're in the podcast, but it was like the most hilarious expressions. I wish I had that pilot, I swear to God, because the way Jim edited that whole penis thing was fucking hilarious, and the show itself was fun. It was a fun show. It sucked that it never got made. It would have been, dude, financially would have been fucking amazing. And for me personally, being on fucking TV, done. That's it, bro. It's a wrap. So of course that never happened. But it was an awesome opportunity. The other day, a lady reached out to me and a bunch of other toy YouTubers, and did a little casting call, I guess, if you will. And she was interviewing me to see, and everybody else, because there's a network looking to make a toy show. And I'm like, oh, interesting. What are you guys looking to do? It's essentially the same shit that everybody's done, about flipping, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'd love to be on TV, especially talking about toys, which I fucking love. But yeah, she told me that the network went another way, so I never got to go and film anything. That would have been fucking fire. I'm like, damn, twice in 5 years and I'm not doing shit. Can you imagine if you fucking even put a little more percent effort? And that's when I fucking get pissed at myself. Because I'm like, I know it's there, dude. It's there. You just gotta work for it. I know. It's mind-blowing. It's a mind-blowing concept. Work for what you want. Boom. Ah. Goddamn. So anyway, interesting. See, I love talking. I hope I'm not boring anybody, and if I am, well, sorry, dude. But on that whole TV show thing, I started thinking to myself, if you were to have a TV show, what would you have? And one thing I started to do was write shit down on the computer. So just typing, just straight up typing. And I've come up with a concept that I really, really, really love. I'm trying to polish it so I can pitch it to toy companies. Funny enough, toy companies, yes. Because I think whatever toy company decides to go with what my idea is probably going to benefit a lot. Because it's a different approach to advertising your company, you know. So in the difference of what I'm thinking, you know, it's a show about the people, not about the action of, yeah, let me buy this and let me fucking flip it here for whatever. I want to get deep into the people and why they collect and whatnot. So anyway, but the point of me telling you that is that I'm actually giving a shit, giving a little percentage more, you know. I'm still not 100%, and it fucking pisses me off. Even saying that right now, I'm like, dude, you're supposed to be fucking hauling ass right now, and you're still being a bitch. So, Pitu, stop being a bitch, okay? Please, goddamn, please. So, I'm writing that stuff down. Hopefully, I get all this shit sold so I can buy the camera equipment that I have, so that I can professionally film that, because I'm doing that TV show, if you will. I got the air quotes happening. Even if like nobody bites, I'm still doing it because it's something I want to do. I am so excited to do this, like, and that's how I get, dude. When I get my creative juices going, I mean, it means the world to me because it makes me so happy, and I know I'm creating something. It's fucking awesome. If you're not a creative person, I wish I could describe the feeling. I am, again, my vocabulary and my brain power is not up to par for me to be able to describe that. Hopefully I can come up with a description soon. But it's fucking awesome, and I love that feeling. So talking about loving feelings, I just wanted to say how, again, stupid human beings are at not going in doing something that makes you feel good, okay? And of course, not everybody. Please, I'm not jumping everybody, but a lot of us do. Like, you know, I haven't worked out in a while. It's been a few years, and you know, I need to work out. Not to become Arnold, get down, come on, but to maintain my body. You know, some maintenance, bro. You gotta keep, stay healthy. Working out makes me feel great. Waking up at 5 a.m, either going for a run or actually working out, dude, for the rest of the day, you think for people that know me, you think I have energy now, bruh. When I work out in the mornings, the amount of energy I have during the day is fucking insane. This is fantastic. I love that feeling. So, Pitu, why haven't you chased that feeling? Again, self-sabotage. So I love that feeling of creating, but then again, I'm here just not creating. Well, at least, I was. Even now, like, I'm thinking, I have all these little ideas for TikTok and whatnot. So just stupid shit, but it's like, you're creating. It's fun. Just fucking do it. Who cares? Who fucking cares? Just create, dude. Get them juices flowing, bro. You got the time now. You're at home because you're looking for a job, because you ain't got no job right now. Okay? You got time to do that and create. Just fucking do it. Okay. And I overthink shit, to be honest. I overthink shit. I think another one of my, that's probably my biggest vulnerability as a creator, is that I overthink shit. I want shit to be polished. Okay, 100% in my brain, mind you, in my brain, not fucking executed. In my brain, I was thinking about this show, and I'm like, damn, Pitu, but you don't have, that one light, and oh man, but you still don't have the camera that you need. Oh man, but see, oh man, shut the fuck up. Just use what you got, bro. Use what you got. Stop making excuses, because it's what it is, right? At the end of the day, it's fucking excuses. Hate making excuses. I hate making excuses after the fact. Okay, not when I'm doing it, because clearly I'm still making them. But shit, dude, like stop. Like, oh my god, let me see. Hold up. I have a bunch of skits in my head. Bunch of fucking skits. I haven't made any of them. Why? Overthinking. Oh, I don't have the right tool. I don't have the right setting. Bro, who cares? Just fucking film it, edit it, put it out. Film, edit it, put it out. Some people are gonna like it, some people won't. Oh my god, that reminds me. Time out. Joe Gabia's quote, which is SW2 plus WC equals MO. And that means some people will like it, some people won't. Plus, who cares equals move on. When he said that in Tim Ferriss' podcast, that shit just got ingrained. Clearly not that ingrained, but I still remember it, and I have it written up there because that's what I need to start doing. Just fucking do it. Just Nike that shit, baby. Just do it. Woo. Anyway, I appreciate everybody here accompanying my therapy session. It's been good. If you guys have any questions, I don't know. I mean, just if you're in the podcast, just hit me up on, Twitter or Instagram, wherever. P2Vision. I'm P2Vision everywhere. PITUVISION. If you are on YouTube because you're watching the video stream, then just, papi, mention it in the comments. But that was a good one. Yep. Your boy's a fucking insane klepto gangster wannabe. I'm glad I left that life behind, bro. Oh, could you imagine me with fucking like Takashi 69 tattoos on my face? Maybe I should make some music too. Listen, if Antonio Brown can make fucking music, I'm not saying it's good. I don't know if you know, this is a football thing, If you don't know football, it's okay. You can leave now. I appreciate you listening. But Antonio Brown, I mean, just look him up. If you don't know who it is, just look him up real quick. He's been through some shit. All self-imposed shit. He's making music now. His music sucks. The motherfucker got money. He got money. His videos look great. He's buying, he got great producers behind his fucking music. His lyrics and the way he sings it sucks. And listen, Antonio, if you're listening to this, because maybe you are, bro. Man, you need somebody to tell you what's up, because you suck at fucking making music. Just play football. That's it. Just wanted to make sure you understand that. No hate, no nothing personal. Just don't make music. Anyway, but if that motherfucker can make music, your boy can make music, bro. Especially some reggaeton with some Spanish accent. No, I don't have to say anything. You're probably not gonna understand it, but you know what's up. Anyway, I digress. I'm being stupid now. Thank you so much, guys, for listening to my therapy session, like I mentioned before, being here. And I'll keep asking you guys if you have any stories of success or failure that you want to share. Please feel free to do it. We're here to help each other, and I'm hoping this not only helps me but helps people in the same predicament or a similar predicament as myself. Okay, so take care, guys.